Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and we are absolutely pleased to have in the studio with us today, making a return appearance after a while, is Teresa Valenzuela. She's the Community Outreach Manager for San Diego Futures Foundation. How you doing, Teresa?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having us on, Drew, and providing this environment for us, this safe space.
You kidding me? It's our pleasure. We always love to have great content coming in from our guest, joined by Irina Prokhorova. She is the lead digital navigator for the San Diego Futures Foundation. How you doing, Irina?
I'm doing great, thank you.
How long have you been with the organization?
For almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years? Yeah. Okay, very. Now, did you come from somewhere else in San Diego, or were you in other parts of the country or world, for that matter? Yeah.
I'm originally from Kazakhstan, born and raised.
Oh, is that right? When did you come to the United States?
I came to study at the University of Arizona as a student.
Oh, really? In Tucson?
Yes, Tucson,
okay.
Arizona, correct.
Bear down. And all that means, if you're a sports fan, you know what bear down means, right? Exactly. And Irina's laughing because that is the term they use at Arizona Wildcat. Football and basketball games over here, joined by my co-host, Brandon Joe. He is the producer of our Spotlight on the Community Show. He's also the CEO and founder of Treasure Hacks. How you doing there, Brandon?
Doing great. Thank you very much for having me on, too, as well.
It's always great to have you on this. We'll start with you, Teresa. So what is the mission of the San Diego Futures Foundation?
Drew, we're in the business of improving lives through technology. That's our mission, and we've been doing it very successfully for the past 25 years.
So were you the original founder of it?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
This is in the beginnings took place when the County of San Diego decided to outsource its IT services to a private organization. And ever since then, there was a small caveat in that contract, in the bid, and it was that you needed to give back to the community. Hence, San Diego Futures Foundation was born.
Right. You know, and talk a little bit about this, too, and you can certainly add to it, Irina. And it's something that's very serious, is the digital divide and the haves and the have-nots. And if we don't do something about it, that divide is not going to get smaller on its own, is it?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. And it's serious to the point where, as we all know, during the pandemic, we recognized the need. We're talking about senior citizens, for example, that are isolated in their home, that don't know how to use technology, which means they also don't know how to obtain resources, even to be able to call gig. For example, I'm in a wheelchair. I've been using a wheelchair for quite some time. I rely on technology. I get my groceries. Amazon Prime knows me very well. Uber, and without those things, without that internet connection, all those things go away.
Well, it's interesting. I was first brought to this attention many, many years ago. And did you know Denise Nellison?
No.
So Denise worked for the San Diego County in their administration offices, sort of by the harbor and all that business. And she worked in the independent, senior services. And she came to me many, many, many years ago when we were. I guess we just started the podcast. And she said, there's a huge issue with this digital divide with seniors. And now as the internet started to get, up and rolling and all that, and more companies are saving money on not mailing things to seniors, everything is done digitally. So the stuff that you used to be able to fill out and then mail, you couldn't do it. She goes, Drew, just imagine it. So here you are, you're 80 years old. You've been used to getting whatever it is from whatever form, filling it out, sticking it in the mail. And now I'm taken care of for whatever it is. Now I'm supposed to go, I don't even have a computer. Can you imagine how they feel? And it was eye-opening.
Yeah, absolutely. The same thing with my mom, for example, trying to get her to embrace technology has been just to take an Uber. She's fearful of it,
Right.
Do I trust them? I have to put my credit card in there. I'm not going to do that. So I understand it. I happen to be, I'm reaching 60, sweet 60 any minute now. And so I've embraced technology in a different way that she has, but I also wonder about me in the future.
See, but at least you have, got to this point where you rely on it. You're not intimidated by it. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And we know technology will probably change before we get out of this interview. Whoa, when did that happen?
It's happening now.
Irina, before I turn it over to Brandon, how did you get into this field? What got you interested in this?
I was just during pandemic. I was looking for a job because I lost my previous job due to pandemic, and I just started applying and looking for. And San Diego Futures was one of the company that was interested, and to have me. But I have actually no idea about. I did not know what is digital divide and what does it mean not to be able to purchase a computer. So when I started working for the San Diego Futures, I learned about what a great need. And we also run a successful Tech on the Go program with the city of San Diego, where we reached underserved community through public libraries and community centers, yes. And by running this program, I realized what a great need is. How many people are intimidated by technology? How many people feel uncomfortable and they just need help? And also, how many people cannot afford computers?
Well, and it's true, and that's another thing is the fact, besides the fact the technology aspect of it, and if you can't afford it, that even more of a gap. Brandon?
I got two questions because your role is displayed as, what was it? Oh no, the paper is gone.
Project manager for Digital Bridge.
Yeah, she's actually the project
lead.
Yeah.
So for Irina,
Yes.
lead digital navigator, what is a lead digital navigator?
Well, the lead digital navigator, that was my role with the partnership with City of San Diego. We had a team of 12 to 15 interns with the City of San Diego who worked in the communities and provided one-on-one support, technical support. So when people don't feel comfortable with technology and they don't feel comfortable reaching out to their children or, anybody, they would just come to us. And our interns with technical background were able to help them how to navigate a computer, what is the difference between software and hardware, how to manage your application on a smartphone, how to talk to your family through Zoom or through Facebook. So there's an array of languages, array of questions that we were able to
Gotcha.
answer.
And I'm going to jump on what you said. They are languages. This is a Zoom and software and hardware and everything that goes in between the technology. Natural, you guys picked up on it and you guys have it. Brandon was born with it, for God's sake.
Yeah.
We weren't in my deal. So to hold the learning curve, we're chatting with our friends from the San Diego Futures Foundation, joined by Teresa Valenzuela. She is the community outreach manager. How many years now, you said?
Oh, I've been there about 8 years now.
8 years now. 25 years the program has been
Absolutely
involved, joined by Irina Prokhorova. She is the lead digital navigator. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast. We're now in our 20th year. We're brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades. They've been doing great things for people living in San Diego County, joined by my co-host, Brandon Joe. He is an associate producer of the Spotlight Show and also the CEO and founder of Treasure Hacks. Brandon.
I have a follow-up question too, because you mentioned that one of the biggest divides is in teaching the elderly how to use this stuff. And from my experience, it's very difficult too. It's a completely different world. It's something that I was born with, they were not. It makes a huge difference in that case. So how do you ease someone into it is my question. Because I know that you're working with seniors a lot. Have you figured out, is there specific strategies you want to use to help get it solid in their brain or literate?
First of all, not to be afraid of that. Second of all, you can always find answers just by Googling it. And when you Google it, you can always find the answer. But don't be intimidated by that and just feel confident. And the questions can be answered always.
Gotcha. And how do you build this confidence? Because I know you can't just be snap, you're not fearful anymore.
How we play our role is you are the lead, you have a question, and we are navigators, we help them to go through that.
Gotcha.
So we just talk, we just establish a one-on-one conversation with people.
Yeah, Teresa.
And then again, we've got a lot of return customers. They keep coming back. They're dedicated. They keep showing up to the workshops, to the one-on-one sessions. In fact, we even have ambassadors that are, hey, come on out. There's a program that's available for you. It's free. It's available to the community. What we do, Brandon, is have you ever tried to teach your parents how to use technology?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking these questions. Because
so we take the place. We do that for it,
Gotcha.
So, and if you don't mind, we like to kind of take that and what we've done there in the community and our partnership with the city of San Diego. What we like to do is we recognize that our limitations.
Right.
We're located in City Heights, California, right? City Heights. Nobody from North County, South Bay, or East Bay is going to come down and purchase a computer or use our services. But we've had this relationship with the county of San Diego,
right,
first and foremost. And then with the city of San Diego, we'd like to take this template, this business model, and go ahead and implement it into every incorporated city in San Diego.
Now, is that part of the Digital Bridge Initiative?
Absolutely. We want to go mobile.
Yeah, so
we
talk about that.
Yes, we want to go mobile. We want to go ahead and, again, we recognize our limitations and the great need for this. So why not go ahead and bake ourselves into every city, every library, whether it be county or city library, community center, host sites is what we're looking for. And then be able to bring our computers out there to go ahead and have them purchased on site. And what you'd have is also the Digital Bridge program manager with you teaching these courses and workshops. But something different, in addition to, which is unique for this program, is that we're working with San Diego Workforce Partnership, Able Disabled, and we're able to take the interns, prep them up for the IT for CompTIA.
Yeah.
And we have a warehouse. And so we process our computers down there. So not only do they get the book smarts, but they also have to go through the section as far as building a computer. In fact, they just built a computer. Hoover High students just built their very first computer. But what they're going to act, then they go to the community and they act as help desk technicians.
Oh, interesting. And in this case, would the goal be kind of franchising this out to different sections of San Diego?
Yes. We're planning to scale up our programs. So the program will compose of 3 components. We'll have established scheduled visit at the facilities throughout San Diego County to serve those who need access to technology and who needs additional technology skills. So these services will include training curriculum about internet safety, about basic understanding of secure home networking, and how overall to navigate your computer or smartphone. And the second component will have these interns who will accompany our instructors, and after the training session, we'll have a one-on-one session and ask and answer questions of the community. And the third component will be, of course, so people can purchase low-cost computers on the site, so they don't have to go to our City Heights office to purchase that.
Gotcha. And I really love the value of having those one-on-one talks, because I feel like there's some sense of shame or frustration even when you can't use something that everyone else is able to do so easily. So thank you so much. That's a great idea.
And Brennan brings up a great point. We have had many folks on the show that deal in that same situation. One of our frequent guests is from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and they work with folks that certainly are considered functionally illiterate, but there's a shame of, I don't want to admit that I can't read, so I'm not going to ask for help. Well, the Council on Literacy can't help them if you don't know that you can do that. And that's a very, very, very good point that you make on it. We want to tell people, don't worry that you can't do this. A lot of people are in this together. We're going to help you, and then you're going to open up a new life for yourself. When we come back from break, Teresa and Irina, when we were chatting about this before the show started, I want to talk about your relationships with the survivors of torture and what you're doing with them, creating basically a new, a life for those folks, and other groups that you partner with, or people that you want to be partnering with, and you're starting to get that going down the road. How's that sound?
Absolutely.
We're going to be right back with our friends from San Diego Futures Foundation, Teresa Valenzuela, Community Outreach Manager, joined by her colleague, Irina Prokhorova. She is the lead digital navigator. I'm Drew Schlosberg, as you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're broadcasting from these very cool studios here in Scripps Ranch. That is mission-fed studio, mission-fed for 6 decades. Been doing great things. People in San Diego County. We'll be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. In the studio with us today is friends from the San Diego Futures Foundation, Teresa Valenzuela, Community Outreach Manager, joined by her colleague, Irina Prokhorova. She is the lead digital navigator for the foundation. Right before break, Teresa, we were talking about something you and I were chatting about right before the show started, about relationships you're having with different organizations, and one near and dear to your heart is survivors of torture. Talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely, Drew. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but we donate up to 5 computers per year per nonprofit. So if you're a nonprofit here in San Diego County, feel free to look at our website, go to computers for nonprofits, fill out an application, and you're eligible, and you can apply every year. But this year, I noticed who applied, and it was the San Diego, what's the official name?
Yeah,
I don't want to mess
survivors
this up.
of torture.
Yeah, survivors of tortures. You know, Drew, that hit me different this time because I looked at that, I seen their post, and I seen that these individuals are rebuilding their lives with computers that otherwise might have been even thrown away. You know, and that, boy, that matters.
Well, you think about, obviously, what they've gone through,
Yes.
which is unimaginable, to be honest with you, of course. And now they're rebuilding their lives. You know, they now have access maybe to things they never knew they could have access to. You know, with the internet, you have access to a lot of cool things. I didn't realize this is good. And if it helps them, you know, certainly with the mental stress of being a survivor of torture, or helps their families. And I think one of the things we chat about a lot on our show is that, you know, the people you work with might not just necessarily be that person that's been tortured, which is horrible, but it's the families of that person, whether they've been tortured or not. And the same thing whether someone's ill or not, or someone has a mental health crisis. It's everybody that's involved in that orbit. So talk about how important that is. I'll start with you on this, Teresa, and you can add to it, Irina, that when you're working with folks, in this example, survivors to torture or anybody else, a senior, you're not only helping them out individually, you're helping out everybody else is in their orbit.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. As far as like, just for example, with the nonprofits and donating to the nonprofits, because there is a digital divide in the nonprofit sector as well. I don't think that that's spoken about enough. But, we're able to donate. So far, we've donated up to 2,000 nonprofits here in San Diego County. And the individuals and the organizations that we donate to, I mean, we're talking about real needs. We're talking about refugees that have just come here to the United States and absolutely in the same way do not know how to go about or manage.
Right.
So not only do we donate the computers and they set up their computer labs and where individuals could come and use those computers, but we also provide the digital literacy component to it as well.
Right. Do you work with the IRC? International
yes.
Rescue
Oh,
Committee?
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
They've received computers from us as
Irina,
well.
you were going to say.
I also wanted to add that
Please.
when we called community tech talks with our participants who've been coming over 2 years to our classes and for digital navigation program and also for Tech on the Go. And I cannot say how many times I've heard from members saying how much they were empowered by the tools we equip them with. They say, there is no way now, I know how to safely navigate internet. There is no way that somebody can hack me. They feel that, they realize how easy now it's to be compromised, to compromise your digital identity. And they know now how to not to click on the links when you're supposed to click. They know how to not answer the spam calls. And that was very eye-opening to hear those testimonials.
I'm so glad you brought that up. We've done a lot of work with the cyber world, and we've had folks on. I used to do a cyber show with the FBI would be on, and everybody else in that area. And you're spot on, Irina, when you talk about this. And if you don't understand that, you think it's a harmless little click, and next thing you know, your identity is stolen. And then try to unravel that, right? And it'll absolutely, if you can ever unravel that, and that is so true. Most of it is common sense if you know the sense, in that area, and so have to be trained in that. Do you work primarily with? Do you work with youth at all in this world? I'll start with you on Irina, and then you can add to it, Teresa.
Yes, we work with the youth in terms of providing them experiences through our San Diego Futures,
right?
And then they come to the community. They will come to the community and work with our, with our personnel,
right.
And they will be the one who help people who need help with technology.
Right. And Teresa, you had mentioned, you're working with a lot of people that have just come to this country, right? And we're not sure if they're even literate in their own native language and that aspect of it. How do you work with them on this, language divide? They may be coming from Somalia. They may be coming from the Middle East. Do you have interpreters that work with you? How does that happen?
Well, we happen to be a very diverse organization in and of ourselves, right. Located in City Heights. We speak 9 different languages at our organization.
Right.
And so we're able to communicate in that regard. But yes, there is a need for I believe it's the Haitian community that really needs,
right now. Right.
Yes, exactly. So we ask for volunteers to come in and to take that place, right? But as far as getting back to the youth and being able to, right now we have a cohort with Hoover High School students that have come in, and I mean these guys are and girls are enthused. They show up early.
Well, but it makes sense. You've opened up a whole world to these folks, and it's just like. People that take it for granted, and we say this all the time on our show. Brandon probably laughs a little bit about this, but, there are a lot of people in San Diego County that have never been to the beach. There are a lot of people in San Diego County who have never been to the mountains.
That's right.
They've never been to a Padre game. Yeah. And, you work with a lot of these organizations. There's 3.3 million people that live in San Diego County. Not everybody has done that. I know it shocks some people. Well, how's that even possible? They've never been to the San Diego County Fair. Well, guess what? They've never had a computer of their own. They may have the computer at school, but when they come home, they don't have that, correct?
Right, absolutely. So what we're going to do is provide this opportunity, a very unique opportunity for these students to be able to get out there in the community and help individuals with home smart technology. That's that new addition that we're adding into the new component, and so they're going to gain skills that, as far as problem solving, real world solving problem right there on the spot,
Right. Now, how do they get a hold of you? What's the website?
sdfutures.org.
Okay, that's pretty simple. So we always save this question for the end, and then Brandon will probably add to it as well. What can our listeners do to support your efforts? You need volunteers? Do you need computers? Do you need money? Do you need all of the above?
All of the above, and not necessarily in that order.
100%. I understand.
But not only that, but also too, come alongside of us. This is a movement. This is not just San Diego Futures Foundation. We partner. Our Terabyte Titans sponsor is Peraton. We have San Diego Workforce with us, Able Disabled, City of San Diego. We've been doing this a long time, and so this is an entire movement. So yes, we need individuals to come alongside us, partner with us, whether you be a community host site, whether you just want to donate finances, or if you want to go ahead and your talents, your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon?
If you could talk to new sponsors directly, what would be your one line that would win someone over to work with your organization? That might be a little tough, but
no, not at all. What we do matters. We change lives. We help people connect. Could you imagine not being connected? Actually, what I would ask them to do is don't use your phone for a day.
Can't do it.
Why?
That's right. No, you're right. They probably can't do it.
No, they probably couldn't do it.
Right.
You're right. But if they did, then they'd recognize that, I was out with it without internet for a weekend one time, and I said, oh, no problem. I'll watch TV. Oh, I'll email. No. Oh, I'll get groceries. No, you can't.
I totally feel that too, because my Wi-Fi, when I got my new apartment, didn't come in for a week and a half. So I was just stranded, basically.
A week and a half?
A week and a half. I was just sitting in my room being all right, I can't do any of my work. I can't just hang out. I can't watch any shows. I'm just sitting uselessly.
Why did it take so long?
So essentially the Amazon box broke. So they shipped my box into the Amazon box, and that day it broke. So I couldn't open it.
Oh my goodness.
So funny. But it is what it is. It was kind of a nice break because I had to just completely detox from using my stuff.
So getting back to as far as where the sponsors are concerned, I would love to talk to every single county supervisor, every city council member, every superintendent, so that we can bridge the digital divide here in San Diego County, because I believe that we can. We believe that we can.
I absolutely on this. Irina, any final comments?
Yes, so we're looking for cooperation. Any communities that might need our help, we're open. So please visit our website and find the Digital Bridge Program initiative in the website and reach out to us.
That sounds good. Teresa, any final comments?
Thank you for having us on. And again,
important.
Come along, join the movement, bridge the divide.
And it is so important. As always, enjoyed the conversation with our friends from the San Diego Futures Foundation. Teresa Valenzuela, Community Outreach Manager, joined by our colleague Irina Prokhorova, lead digital navigator. As always, Brandon Joe, associate producer of the Spotlight Show and the CEO and founder of Treasure Hacks. Thank you for jumping in as always. We hope everybody enjoyed this edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by the wonderful folks of Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, just doing great things for folks living in San Diego County. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.